Hello, I'm Alex and I'm a volunteer with Animal Rebellion, and we're here at Smithfield Market, which is the heart of the UK's animal agriculture industry. It opens from 2 AM, it's a night market, and it sells products from all over the UK and all over the world. It imports products such as foie gras and Brazilian beef, and it sells to restaurateurs and the public, and it's been doing so for 800 years. Animal Rebellion, if you don't know, we're the sister movement of Extinction Rebellion, and we've been inspired by their tactics actually in mobilising ordinary people to take to the streets and tell the government that actually we're not happy, we're not willing to sit by and do nothing in the face of the climate emergency. And we've just come together because we're desperately worried about the state of our planet. We also care deeply about animals and about justice for animals. There are 75 billion land animals every year killed for food, and there's 1 trillion fishes killed every year for food. And it is wiping the other animals, the wildlife, off the planet. I mean, humans are only 0.1% of all of the animals on this planet, and yet we've decimated around 83% of wildlife. And it isn't just jaguars and exotic frogs in Brazil, it's hedgehogs and sparrows in Britain as well. I don't know if you know, but we've got over 800 US-style mega farms here in the UK already. We only grow 40% of our own tomatoes. The greenhouse gas emissions caused by the UK farming industry are 10% of all of our emissions. So the United Nations says we need to act, and we need to act now, within the next year or two, if we're going to do anything about the climate emergency. We know how to be self-sufficient in the UK. We can be self-sufficient in the UK, but only if we move to a plant-based food system. And that research has been done by academics at Harvard. It's in reports from conservative organisations like the Royal Society for Arts, Manufacturers and Commerce. Our government has declared a climate emergency, so we need to act now. So it's for this reason that we announced Smithfield as our site for the International Rebellion. We know it's going to be hard. We know some people, these people who work here, don't want us to be here. But actually, it's our duty to be here because we need to make it very clear as individual citizens that we're not willing to sit by and just see the government fail dismally to act on the climate and ecological emergency. We need to take action. And for those who care about animals and those who know about the impacts of animal agriculture on the planet, here makes sense, and it's our duty to be here. We're not here to cause economic disruption, and if we do that, we're really sorry, but that's not why we're here. We're actually also here to have dialogue. We want to have conversations with the people at Smithfield, with the Corporation of London, and that's actually why we've written an open letter. And I've been delivering these open letters to the market, and I'm not going to read it out to you, I'm just going to show it, because you'll be able to read it online. But essentially, this letter says that we recognise that the pride that these people have in feeding families, not only their own, but feeding the UK. And the thing is, we want them to carry on doing that work, but just not in the way that they've always been doing it. Not in this way with animal bodies and animal products, because it's just not sustainable anymore, as well as being unjust for the animals. So our vision doesn't lose anyone's jobs. Our vision actually creates jobs, because actually the future will be plant-based. Like right at this moment, like the Scottish beef industry is on the brink of collapse. The government is promised to pay Welsh sheep farmers for all of the sheep that it can't sell after Brexit. Farmers across the country are calling suicide hotlines because they're under so much pressure. Supermarkets are putting pressure on the price of milk and dairy. Sort of like it isn't a sustainable system. The other ingredient in like sort of this plan is to show people our vision, and that's a vision of transition. So when we come here, we're going to win by being here, by showing people what we want this site to be. We're going to claim this site for our vision of the future. And that vision is one of a plant-based society, a plant-based food system. So what does that look like? It's going to look like a fruit and veg market. We're going to make it colourful and vibrant. We're going to be singing, we're going to be dancing. We're going to make it a joyful, rebellious festival for a short while and claim this space, because that's what it could and should be if we're going to have a sustainable future. Then when we're politely asked to leave, we'll take those demands to government and we'll stay there until the government listens. We will show the country and we'll show the world what the heart of a plant-based food system could look like. And when we've done that, that's how we win.